certainly is, and I guess we get to find a bit of a conclusion, especially when map 1 was so close at 13-11, down to the wire to deny OT, but map 2 could be a different affair, and I like the fact that we've seen Alexis having a very hot map 1 as well. She came out swinging quietly towards that top of the board, but obviously, eyes again, for me, it's looking at Jelly. How does she find impact here? She's been exceptional in my mind, one of the highlight players. So very much looking at that synergy between her, Daiki, played in Biazera as well. Early space take, not be long.
And Daiki just setting that distraction, being a nuisance towards A main, trying to make it look like Team Liquid are all towards there. But you can see Jelly and Issa taking space towards this art with that Tejo drone. But a lot of noise happening right now. All of Shopify, they hear this.
Oh, Mel's tucked in towards Pit as well. And as she's been caught, insta-cleared. Really heads up work from Daiki there. Not to let that slip the net at all. So into the post plant. Really power position too.
Yeah, and Dodo Nut is nowhere near right now. The utility from Issa is gonna make her flank that much harder. Noya trying to creep up, but Eugenia's got power position.
Yeah, good trade for Noya, but there's still that player disadvantage, and the HP on Noya is an issue. Jelly willing to put her body on the line now as Dodo Nut needs to get involved. Daiki waiting for it, catches! Too direct, too obvious from Dodo Nut. Don't know what the plan was. Desperation perhaps, as Noya down on 31. Oh my god, she's still popping, but I mean, surely too many to find. The time is just about going to be gone. A valiant attempt, you can't give her much shade on that front, but still Liquid keeping, I mean, one alive, but got the round. Got the round, man. It's all good.
They got the round, and they got it pretty straightforward, right? I mean, it was Daiki starting things off towards this A main, and that beautiful shot on Mel, just completely clotheslining her and taking her out. I gotta say, this move from Dodo Nut towards A main was a little overzealous. I would have really preferred to see her use that dash all the way, maybe in spawn, right as she pushed that long B to try to buy herself some time on this flank. But either way, it was too easy for Eugenia as that backup plan for Liquid. And, you know, we talked about the post plants consistently on this map with this Tejo, with this Astra on the side of Liquid. So SRG, they should be fully aware that the perimeter is going to be set. They got to take their time. It's a four-man stack here. Hey, Alexis is on the way. She's got a flash right now. That cross-map flash?
Needed to be there early. Eugenia and Biazera have found so much success. Now, the fact that Noya got Issa, I'm quite surprised at. I think that was just catching maybe some timing in middle, it looks like. But now down to the final two, Noya did get an upgrade, but it's not really much. Like if it was a Guardian or something, you might be a little bit more on board. But two players sat towards backside, one down towards long. Really gonna be hard to break these crossfires. Still got util as well in the hands of Daiki. So could maybe ration that out. There it is, gonna confirm that maybe Noya slipped sight, and it's very well done. Contact on the Prowler, no problems. Fine stability after a little bit of a shaky start there, but all good in the end.
And 2 rounds in a row now where Liquid are just keeping it straight to the point. No questions asked here on what their game plan is going to be. Power in numbers, 4 wanting it. And you talked about it, Lauren. Eugenia did get caught off on that rat timing. I mean, Noya 1 step ahead on that. But Liquid, they're going to keep doing it. I mean, Eugenia's going to be on the back lines, trying to make sure she's that insurance plan in these posts. And it's looking very similar to this pistol round. Daiki's throwing that utility to get this A main control. This time, Eugenia's gonna follow through and get some ground, get some space. But look at this art pressure.
Need that back.
Yeah, I want to see how far they go on this. Only the turret to really receive contact once it's, you know, once they've really committed through. Liquid maybe looking to get that orb as well. It should be on the cards, and you can see a build towards ults very early. Eugenia could get hers, maybe even Daiki getting it this round. So
Alexis is trying to book it, make it to A site as fast as possible. You can see that Mel, she's just waiting for those flashes to arrive. The smoke should be disappearing soon, and that re-aggress, that re-fight in A main should be coming up, because Dodo Nut, she's so far away from the crew.
Yeah, and surely the alarm bells are ringing when there's that silence behind all that pressure early on A. And this rap from Biazera again, finding these little avenues to work through, and Mel has, she actually does have an idea. It's kind of crazy she rechecked on that, maybe just some good timing, but Dodo Nut should be called upon now. Got to get ready, and Jelly on the 1-2 step, going to do just that bit better. Now there's problems. Liquid clearing the site. They've navigated these threats perfectly.
30 seconds left.
Noya, Mel, and Sarah, what are you meant to do here? This is a plant, and again, another post-plant. Issa going to reconfirm that as well, make it really hard to get that defuse.
Look at this alarm bot as well. Issa covering her back. She's going to be able to play with Mel, play this post-plant.
And again, it's Issa catching Sarah straight away. Not even going to have the chance to play in from it. The barrel will give away the game as well. That's going to be Jelly now. Just playing a little bit deeper, going to cause problems. They have to keep that in the back of their minds. But they focus forward, finding Issa and getting a follow-up. But Eugenia, surely, with the util in mind, can keep this under control. 2 players. Oh! All right, Noya, my bad. Maybe I was a little too caught up in map 1 to forget what you can do. That is lovely stuff.
I was also caught up in that as well, Lauren. That definitely did not look like a round that Team Liquid should be losing.
They look sorted out there, right?
100%, and it came down to this duel right here. Dodonut so forward in that power position, but one and done is just never enough. So Team Liquid, they were able to swarm into the site, but this right here, I'm not sure how Noya was able to get out and get so much ground, but Issa was such low HP that even though she had all the control, Noya just eating it up, and she's rewarded with a Killjoy ultimate in her back pocket as well. Definitely going to help things out for the defenses for Shopify, because right now they've been spread pretty thin.
Yes.
Dodonut has been really congregated towards this top B area and hasn't been able to get mobile or involved in many of these fights.
Yeah, and I wonder if and when Liquid figure that out as well, if that becomes something they can exploit, look to maybe punish, look to maybe deny early on. As it stands, they're still focusing mostly towards middle, playing into little flash, but we have seen that Shopify aren't actively playing this space. They are normally sitting a little bit deeper. This time, though, I quite like they put some attention behind A main, pushing a little further. They don't have to overextend here, but taking some of the map away, right? Getting active somewhere. It is still Dodonut on that solo mission on B. That is my one worry. If that gets identified here, that certainly could become an issue. Biazera on the other side, it's a little bit of a stalemate now.
Those spidey senses tingling. She's already seen Dodonut on this same angle about 3 times now. So she's just going to leave Dodonut on her own devices, keep her nice and distracted. And this regroup at A main, these A hits from Liquid have been so clean. It's all going to come down to this crossfire for Sarah, and
there it is, set up. Sarah doesn't get caught by the Prowler.
30 seconds
Oh my God, Eugenia's still checking that with such diligence. That is wild. And an emergency lockdown coming into play. They need to try and buy time. Mel playing in the corner. Patience pays! Gets the double! Eugenia's still trying to dig deeper. Still fighting forward! It's a wild round, but she can only do so much! And that is now down to a 1v1, 7 seconds. Plant has time. Dodonut could be anywhere. They don't know about it yet. The paranoia of where she could be is enough. Calm, cool, collected. Gets another round, but hell, that was chaos.
That was chaos indeed. It's so back and forth. You love the timing that Alexis was able to find with that Killjoy ultimate to come down right when they needed it most. That was what allowed SRG to buy enough time for Dodonut to arrive, because she was so far away that entire time. Issa could have definitely set up for a better post plant there, but man, just the money right now, because of how chaotic it's been. These first 5 rounds, it is tight. No one's able to build any sort of momentum here.
And let's be real, remember map 1, Liquid almost get better when they're only on the Sheriffs, right? They get scarier. And Eugenia in that last round was nuts. She did so well individually. But as you said, as you highlighted, suffering financially now. Dodonut this time sits towards Pillar initially, does have Alexis on the start. And see when that knife may come through. Still has 2 flashes obviously to play with here as well. So Alexis just shouldering this. I'm seeing a much different tempo. Should be hearing some of this util now. The cross is made. Dodonut's got to be careful though. Could easily get overwhelmed. But hitting those shots nicely. And they're pacing up towards the site now as well. Should be taking a lot of space. But respect given. Shopify don't want to overstay their welcome, because there is threats now slipping through middle too.
Yeah, they're getting so close, up close and personal, and you can see right now it's all on Alexis and Dodonut. Sarah will be arriving in time, and Alexis got 2 flashes. This crossfire's got to hold strong, but Noya gets taken out.
Yeah, now there's problems. Dodonut surrounded, too many issues, too many players, but still finds her cool, still finds that calmness to take the fight towards long. They find some safety, considering popping the ult just out of panic, slow the roll down, but Daiki's managed to slip back sight. And does have that Guardian. It's Issa who's on 2. That's the issue. Maybe she sat a little bit easier. Could be some threat. Do they spot them? Mel's timing there. Bit of a checkmate. And Issa on 2 HP. Oh!
What a shot.
That's a shot and a half. I don't know if you can even jump spot this on this HP. A tag, too much. Alexis in the end, good decision making to slip towards long. But talk about chaos, Christine. Man, these rounds, even in this one, they only had sheriffs. It still was so close.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that spike wasn't down so far beyond, definitely Liquid could have made things a lot more chaotic here. But you love to see it. I mean, Dodonut hasn't been able to warm up on this defense side yet, and it's all about this KO. I talked about Alexis's flashes arriving in time to set up her players, set up her teammates for just favorable duels for themselves. This one, it wasn't it, but they're warming up into it. And so you love to see Dodonut handling things well. And I like the mobility, slicing the pie, just choosing the moment to go aggress towards that long beat, not allow yourselves to get pinched. So we're gonna need SRG to do more of that. And Team Liquid, they're going back to what's been working for them, A main control.
But I like there's some established fear of someone slipping up towards A main. It burns a little bit of the utility, and it gives away some of the intention here. So Shopify should have an early warning signal that there's intention behind this. Cross-map knife, that's gonna catch, I think, 3 there. So good info as well. But this is still above a minute, so there's plenty of options, and they've got a good couple of ults. Do they now try and isolate Dodonut? She's been good for one, traded normally on that second on the follow-up, but still, tough line.
Mind games here, Lauren. Dodonut's been in this exact position multiple times. You can see Jujina has an inkling. She's bringing 2 of her teammates over by. And with Daiki's utility on this fade, it's going to make Dodonut's life so difficult.
And she's trying to get active on this maybe, but a TP taken forward. So they skip ahead. They don't have the full information. They may have a good idea, but still, look at the corner. It is stunning. Jelly, it's perfect. What a lovely plan made from Team Liquid. That's what you want to see. And now Dodonut might be screwed. Still comes out swinging on 1, but this is a well-made plan.
From start to finish, the layers coming through huge for Team Liquid, gets them to spike down, and now SRG have so much to do in this retake.
And there's still a really disconnected Mel as well. She's further afield. Sarah gonna get one, but traded out basically by Alexis falling. So the dart's still there. Very late from Mel. And I think this has been... the timing on the turn.
What the
timing between these two, it just feels unreal. Mel comes out on top, down to the 2v2. This is now game on, Daiki on 40, gets cleared by Sarah. Shopify, how are you doing this? And an early look from Jujina, she knows she's in trouble now. Shock Dog comes in, pressure mounting, Mel goes down, Sarah's barely alive, 1 HP! She goes above and beyond, but the time, just too late. Unbelievable rounds between these two. Team Liquid's plan there. Roll it back to the start, Christine. That plan was perfect. The fact you had Jelly finding that corner to get into, skipping past Dodonut, the divide just right. It was everything.
Exactly, putting themselves in this post plant to be able to make things work. I cannot believe SRG walk away with this, making things as close as they did anyway. I mean, those kills mean a lot going into the rest of this first half. Keeping the money tight, but it is SRG now that are on the broken by, just sheriffs in their back pocket. You can see Mel trying to do her damnedest to waste time, waste some utility forward. And Liquid, I mean, they've been controlling this A main. This has been their territory, but that's gonna be huge for SRG. Dodonut finally finding success, one-upping Jujina.
Right. Waiting for this.
Early gravity well.
No.
That's gonna give enough information to Liquid. You can see they're thinking about speeding it up now since the stopping power is offline.
Yeah, and I think that's it. That's the goer, right? That's the signal to try and make that pounce towards the site. 3 players tucked towards Secret, though. Flash comes in. I mean, that all actually might work out here. Mel actually making it towards site. Wait! Oh no, and Jelly goes down to the ult. This has just become chaotic, but luckily enough, Daiki trying to do what she can. Issa left down in a 1v2. What the hell just happened? An absolute mess. Sarah on the Sheriff. Dodonut does have the Vandal. Ult comes in. Surely Issa's dead to rights. It falls to pieces in a MasterCard Thrifty. And afterwards, the perfect plan just in the prior round. This was a tragedy.
A tragedy indeed, especially considering how clean and how strategically just ahead Team Liquid have been in these last couple of rounds. Shopify fully broke. And I'm not sure what the call exactly was, what made Team Liquid press the issue there. But the utility not landing, I mean, Bizarra even taking Jelly out, just is unfortunate to see. And it's a tricky thing figuring out this Taeho utility. I mean, because you do want to dive into that own utility to be the misdirect, but the timing is just not in Liquid's favor there.
Look, we've seen some shocking Taeho ults. That's not even close to the worst of them, don't worry. But at 4-3, we put it in context, right? If you're just tuning in, you missed a banger of a first map. And also, if you missed the start, the first 2 rounds were Liquid's. And as much as it's been messy, and as much as it feels like it's down to the wire so often, Shopify are coming out in the bigger rounds, right? They are winning these. They've converted the last, 4 out of the 5 since we got into the buys. I'm a bit worried for Liquid if this continues to trend this way. I'm really happy to see a timeout here. I don't want to let this one slip away from them because I think, again, they've been so close a couple of times. Some of those plans so well made. I want to see more of that. The stability not quite there either fully for Shopify. The buys can be in place this round, but ult-wise, it's only Alexis's. They don't have many others to bank on. On the other side, they're starting to farm up a few more. Daiki's is there. Isa's is there.
And I want to see how Liquid actually change things up. You can see Bizarra is starting the round towards this top B. It looks like they're wanting to use some of this initiator utility to push Dodonut back off this line. Don't allow all of Shopify to keep this long B information. And Noya with this judge in her back pocket. This is going to make things pretty dicey, but the power of Fade, the Prowler at this close range, Where is it?
I don't want to see them stop crossing those T's and dotting the I's. I mean, as much as they do trade it, that feels like it could be more threatening, right? You want to keep that in mind. They've managed to slip the net, though, getting 2 players through on middle. Maybe some misdirects could work, but it's hard to still make this count. Even with just a recovered judge, that's still not ideal. So maybe eyeing up, trying to do a Dodonut, who's been pretty solid at playing towards this pillar side. As much as I feel like it's so vulnerable, she's done quite well. Now, the drone's an issue. No one there to help her out here. Alexis can't really deny it, so it's on Dodonut herself.
Great flash.
Good C's, though. But still, no one able to work off this. It feels a little bit segmented here. She's struggling, but she's living. 26 HP, she's still alive, and she gets out.
Job done, though. If you're Shopify, you were able to really waste a lot of time, waste a lot of utility, and the information's coming through. Shopify have a good idea of where Liquid are hitting from.
30 seconds left.
And it feels like Dodonut's dead to rights. She is. Did we forget that we lost middle at one point? I mean, Noya died for that. And now Alexis is alone.
Oh, no.
Sarah trying to support. Sarah doing more than support. Dies for the cause. And again, such a close round when it's only pistols.
Absolutely. If Sarah didn't arrive right when she did, Alexis certainly would have gone down. And Dodonut, unfortunate timing. But, you know, things didn't go in her favor as far as getting all the eco kills and farming it up. But she did waste time. She wasted utility. And she's a distraction right now. Liquid, they're going to be talking about the fact that they didn't get any B control or make their lives easier there. It's going to be a nuisance, and you can see they're bringing more members towards that top B. Right now, Liquid, they want to get control of this pillar.
But I quite like the fact that Dodonut now on the switch up, right? Operator out, taking that space towards middle. Does she check towards top? She does. Takes a couple of shots on the turret, but will back away. So that's pretty indicative. That's quite telling that this is a switch up, right? So now where do Liquid want to go with this? They have ults to play with. I'd like to see them use this round. Get this as the springboard forward.
And I think we're going to see exactly that right now, Lauren. They've done enough keeping the defenders thinking that a B hit is imminent. But during that timing, they've gotten a lot of map control. Close up towards this A main, and Sarah, she's lacking any sort of information utility after this Owl drone goes down.
Yeah, it clears through A. I don't think she's going to see anything. They were sat pretty deep towards that A main side. Mel should be now calling out there's something coming their way. The Prowler will be certainly heard. And now Mel tries to stand on this. She can't back away, so it's time to fight. Forward turns a flash and finds two. Mel almost got the third. Bizarra, the one to try and carry on. So now Sarah's split, right? Does she go forward? That Prowler would have caught. No, she takes her time. Goes back for seconds. She's been feeling the pressure. The jump on the corner, I mean. Daiki, I don't know how you get away with it, but you do. There's no escaping there. So they can't send the Prowler, but they know where Alexis is.
She does arrive in time, pops that null command. It's going to make Liquid not have any utility left. Great delay, but Liquid, they found a gap and the spike goes down.
Flank, it's coming in. It's Noya on the way. Georgina knows there could be someone here, but it's not a clean fight. Now they're in an extended battle, so you look towards who's on the site as well. They need to re-clear that space, get active in this. But Dodonut on the operator, hard to play clear with. Georgina, nice shot. She's back in the game now. Daiki's still here with that 1-2. Nice shots, good follow-up. Liquid looking way better now.
The repositionings from Liquid is so strong. You love the little sidestep from Jujina there as well, just individually outplaying the 1v1 duel to secure A main. And it all came off of Mel just having a beautiful double kill. It looked like Shopify had done enough. I mean, Sarah and Mel working so well together to double hold down the fort, but Liquid, they find their timings and they find their trades.
And it finally feels like they were on the same page.
Yes.
Right? There wasn't that, scaling issue. They'd had a plan in mind at the start. They kind of adjusted well off the sound of the operator. And to talk about how close these rounds have been, look at the buy right back in from Shopify. It is a hot potato, right? Like, everyone's dealing with this. So a Guardian in the hands of Dodonut. Outside of that, it's Sheriffs. On the other side, they get the full hand.
Just taking turns on this low buy. That's a great pickup, but Dodonut just gets taken out. Alexis still both flashes in her back pocket, and Sarah.
Come on.
Oh my.
Come on, gotta sharpen up from that. They do at least get the ult orb, but it's minor victories here as Liquid's stability is being found. Georgina again. Lovely, really lovely control. That deep default after that show towards B-Long. Expecting maybe Shopify wanted to take some space. It's just perfect. So the A site is very open. And for Alexis, it's not a fun round to have.
Yeah, the information coming through. Alexis gonna do her damnedest to try to get some kills for herself. I doubt she even uses any of this utility. I mean, money has been so tight for both teams coming into this first half.
Yeah, but this is exactly what Liquid needed though, right? Because it felt like they were getting a bit shut out in some of these buy rounds. Yes, it was close, but they were just not quite tightening up on some of these approaches. And it's clean, it's good work. There we are. That gives you a lot more confidence. That gives you that stability working into this. Because again, it felt like they were being a little outdone, but that's it. That's the timeout time to hit back in, buy back in play. And for Shopify, what would you be doing in their position now, right? You've seen this adjustment from Liquid. Is there a clear plan in mind, or is there anything you're seeing that you'd be exploiting already?
Yeah, I think we got to shift Dodonut over towards this A main. We've only seen her towards that B all half long. I think we've seen her once in middle. But this A main fight, it hasn't gone in SRG's favor, whether it's the beginning of the round or whether it's in the mid round. And even with Mel holding down the fort, finding those multi-kills, Alexis is just not arriving in time with those flashes to give themselves that extra oomph to be able to come out on top of these skirmishes. So I want to see Dodonut getting active towards this A main, not in the beginning, but in the mid round. When things get a little bit quiet, when Team Liquid are trying to poke and prod towards mid, take that opportunity to get a pop flash for yourself and find a pick.
Yeah, Effie's very much leading the conversation here. And it looks like it will be that pre-made plan. Let's see what they do if they can activate, right? Because you will want to see those flashes, something you led into this game with. And on the other side, I've got to say it, Daiki's really starting to come into her own. She is really starting to pop off as well. Jujina, lovely form. And Jelly's actually having a quiet game. That's the difference. If she finds that footing, then I'm worried. But another big buy, couple of ults in play, mirrored ults available for both sides. This is going to be the round where you see what the adjustments are.
It looks like Dodonut's going to go back towards that B. She's got an operator in her hands, though, this time. Whenever she's had this sniper, she has been towards that mid. And it looks like she doesn't want to go forward this time. She wants to go for a timing peek towards this long B.
And I'm interested if this is maybe a bit of a bait, because there was that pop flash used towards Art, right, from Alexis, trying to maybe imply there was maybe the operator here, someone like this. They haven't seen that same presence towards B long, but with the lockdown, this is an early investment. Well, you're still a bit worried that someone could be playing through here. They're still trying to play together, re-clearing double doors, and there it is, the surprise they didn't expect. Donut stuck around. Issa a little early ahead of this. The divide's gone up as well, so that's a 4-player remainder for Liquid. Plant's going to be in. Now Noya's got her own lockdown, but this could be everything. Daiki's performance is on the upswing. She has the flank as well. No expectation on this yet. The penny not dropping.
Shopify, they're not even considering this flank at all.
Daiki's on the move, and Sarah is so vulnerable. Sarah's dead, and the patience is everything. Does she get the drop on Donut too? Yes, she does! Daiki knows it all! This is a dream come true! Until then, Alexis found some form on the side, and Noya started the defuse.
Wait, Zera's got the missiles though.
And Daiki doesn't get a shot. Now she's going to be held back. Just toyed with a little bit here. This is getting problematic. They're down to 3, but they're still buying time. You're looking at the site itself. I don't think Noya gets to live. She doesn't. There's that post-plant advantage. There's that Teo util. It's been a minute, but it works out well. Team Liquid take the lead.
And you saw the reactions coming out of Liquid that entire time. Sure, Shopify found the picks, they got the control, and that ultimate coming out from Noya certainly pushed everyone back, but that's exactly what Liquid want. They got the Astral Gravity well, they got the missiles, and they played this post plant to perfection, buying enough time for Daiki to just work her opponents. And you gotta love the triple kill from Bizarra to just close things out at the end there.
It's been a minute since I've really seen Teo kind of in this like forefront of gameplay, but you can't forget about that impact it has in post plants. It's so powerful, and it should be a stark reminder to Shopify and a little bit of a comfort for Liquid that they can depend on that. That's something they've got in the pocket. That's the ult right there, ready for Bizarra as well.
And Dodonut just tried to go for a recall play off that Waylay kit in middle, finding nothing, and that sound utility, sound Q rather, giving enough information over towards SRG. They want to fall back. And Team Liquid, this A main control has been theirs this entire time. The tail drone gets taken off, but I like this from Dodonut. There wasn't a follow-up on it, so she's going to re-aggress towards this mid. It should give Shopify enough information to just hold down the fort.
The scary thing is it's Mel on the other side who actually has the full shield, and oh my god, the
timing.
Nah, that's unreal. But actually, it could be a checkmate. Look who's to the left. As steps heard. One finds it. Spike now dropped. Dodonut, can she live? Can she escape? It's got to be telling they were coming towards this B side of the map. So the call gets made. But do they even consider that Jelly slipped this far forward?
The discipline right now. Mel is not going to give Jelly anything. This crossfire from Noya and Mel, it's so strong. Jelly trying to take care of the gravity well.
And I like this slip forward from Noya, though. I like that. Gonna try and bring that weapon to the right place. And it's worked out wonderfully off the information found. Dodonut's work in middle, feeling brave to do it, and an unfortunate piece of timing. As Daiki crossed back over, it gave away the plan. It set them up to fail almost. And now down to 2, they have to face the music. Issa can do only so much. Shopify bringing us right back to 6 apiece.
And a beautiful double kill to just secure things off in this first half. Send a message over that we're keeping it clean for the second.
They certainly are. We'll be back in just a moment's time. 6-6, so close between these two. First map, I think it was 7-5. It's getting closer somehow. But who breaks ahead? We have to wait and see for just after this. Don't go anywhere.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
Nice! Let's go.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
And I wanted nothing less than this sort of form from both sides. Tied as close as possible at 6 to both. We're checking in on the Coinbase Econ report here. We'll look towards Mel actually kind of taking the limelight, at least for the Shopify side. But looking across the board now on that side swap, I would love to see Jelly finding a little bit more success as well. She's quiet for me, and we know the potential with Jelly, right? She is one of the players that can command the spotlight incredibly well. And I guess somewhat similar as well for Donut. Let's see if she can activate too.
100%. And I think what you're leading up to right now is exactly what we're going to see. Jelly on this Yoru on the defense side of things. We saw multiple times for Donut not arriving in time. The flashes being a little bit late. Jelly gets to control both of those factors with the early TP, taking the TP wherever SRG are poking and prodding and providing her own flashes for that re-aggress and refight. So definitely expecting Jelly to be involved, get in the mix early on in these halves. And SRG, they want to get this top B control. A different lineup than what I've seen with this Sova utility. Sarah, busy in the server.
All right, let's see how this goes, because this isn't the first time we've seen this sort of thing as well. But it feels like they're playing with that intention. They're going to post up Neuer a little bit deeper. Alexis is here with the flash ready. So maybe on the re-clear, they try and hit that pop flash, but look at the other side of the map.
Drone going out.
Yeah, this is a nice usage of the drone, so that should be pretty telling. And now, do they hear or see any of Alexis' utility? But I'm looking towards A main, that push out as well. No real sense for a rotation yet, because you're hearing this information, right?
Yeah, and with all the control that this Astra has, Eugenia completely controlling A main, it's going to allow the defenders to feel pretty confident. Losing this mid doesn't mean too much for the defenders. They've got the perimeter, they've got the long lines, and Issa, as soon as she gets pushed back, it's all going to be about Bizarra's utility. Full kit right now, double missiles and a stun. Okay. Oh, but that suppress coming out from Alexis is huge.
Yeah, Issa's still free, though, to try and make a play forward, and does so. Takes down one, but a good trade from Alexis. Back of the site, they've got to know there's a player still here. Bizarra can be noted off that knife. Is Donut to find Eugenia on that rotation, and they're on the run. It's now just a race towards A, who gets there first. Donut creating enough space and enough problems to make it look viable, but again, Jelly getting a little further. They can't really stabilize if they go too late. No, plants in. Jelly up close gives away the game. They now know this position. Donut trying to do something similar. Sarah succeeds. Donut as well. They are getting loose around this map. Shopify, they are finding these ways to just manipulate rotations.
It was all a ruse, Lauren. It was all just a game. I mean, SRG, they made everyone think that was going to be a B hit this whole time. But the fact that Donut finds an opening kill, I got to see exactly where she found it. I think it was towards this art area.
Yeah,
and there it is. Eugenia getting caught with her pants down, trying to re-aggress in that A main. And the fact that Donut even gets a second and is able to reset, that's exactly what you want if you're SRG.
That's a big confidence
one
builder.
as well, yeah.
That's a confidence builder, and that feels like the calls are right. We're manipulating the map. That was a very nice pistol round coming out, actually. Because I thought Liquid might have been able to stabilize a bit, right? There were a couple of swings and roundabouts in that. But now the finances build. Liquid, the buy back in is only classic, so there's very little to be said about it. Maybe looking to pounce on mid themselves. But Neuer does have a sheriff here, so actually a bit more of a fair fight than any of the other approaches. And Prowler going to go through. Find nothing. They might start taking a little bit of a look here in middle. Obviously, Prius at the helm for us. We'll never see it. Sadly, it's not even Prius. I can't even flame him as different observers, but I like to just, you know, misinformation.
All good.
Yeah, at this point, they have dismantled that little mid-stack and maybe looking for other options here. Shopify maybe testing the waters. They haven't really felt much resilience anywhere.
Yeah, I think testing the waters is exactly right. Donut's got the Marshall in her hands. She wants to farm up these kills. You saw Sarah collecting the orb for herself, really close to these orbs.
Huh? Okay, Issa.
This should be a farm fest for Donut.
Great for the ult, right? Build it up, build that confidence. Little Eco Cobra moment. And Bizarra, what are you meant to do? You got 3 down long, 1 through short as well. Neuer should. Neuer.
What the heck?
A little forgetful in approach, but maybe just didn't consider it. But now there's a window of chance. It's slim. It's really slim, but it's there.
It certainly is there. I was surprised Bizarra even invested a missile coming into this one, but she gets a kill for it regardless. Donut and squad, they've got a strong crossfire here, and with just classics on the back of Liquid, I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to die to the spike here.
No, Christine, what's happening? Why are the Bulldogs losing to the classics?
It's a classic.
I'm scared. It's fine. Everything's fine. All good. Losing out on one of those Bulldogs is a bit of an issue. I put it, a bit of a question mark to that. If I'm going to hold them to high standards, and I mean, I think it was a Marshal and a Sheriff outside of that. So a little unfortunate, you won't have the perfect bonus coming in here with, and some weird outcomes. Again, Neuer just full on sleepwalking through. Didn't check that close corner. And luckily, Mel there to make up for it. So no sweat in the end.
Nice, guys. Nice round, Mel. Let's go.
Very
All
nice
positives.
round, Mel. Yeah, you know what? It's this small gaps, these small punishes coming out right as SRG needed. You know, we just saw an interview with Sarah talking about we needed to lose, we needed to wake up, and now igniting a new fire in all 10 of these players in the server. One of the biggest swing rounds we're going to have this map. SRG's bonus and Liquid, they've got a healthy buy. Good information for Bizarra, and SRG, they want to speed it up.
Yeah, but Daiki's having none of it. She's holding back Sarah as Biazera's already got Donut down. They are making sure they are fighting for this space on A main this time, setting that bar. This is not for free. You'll have to fight for this. Good shock dart, so Georgina has to come back around and does. Lovely. That is one side of the approach completely handled. And they reset a touch here. So Shopify, yeah, they got mid, but that's about all they've got.
Yeah, and Team Liquid are going to feel really good about this perimeter that they have a good idea of where Shopify are all stuck on. And Shopify, they've just got to slow things down. I love that they're inserting and leaving Noya to her own devices. She's expected to punish any sort of re-aggress for information. She's got to LOS that drone. She does have to force break it. But look at this. Both players, Alexis and Mel. Oh, that's
great.
That timing is unfortunate. But now, Team Liquid, they know everything.
I love that from Liquid as well. Just didn't like the silence, didn't like that they didn't get any contact. So both pieces of utility, fact finders, perfectly timed. So there's nothing left to chance it. It's down to the guns in hand. It is still a bonus for Shopify. But with 13 seconds, okay, Alexis gets one. Oh my god, 10 seconds. Wait, Noya? A 1v2, it's not impossible. 7 seconds though. Spike was just out of reach. You'd have to get the plant now. Pop flash, she's just going out trying to hunt. Fair play. Did find Jelly on the other side with that flash. Unfortunate, almost that's the player up against. But still, if we're in traditional terms, Shopify in a bonus looked good there. They did a lot of damage, cost a lot of those rifles. So light shields, maybe a Guardian or two might have to come out. But I want to look at what Liquid were doing to re-clear that space with utility. That recheck with the drone, with the haunt, so nice.
And a healthy buy coming out here for Shopify. It was just their bonus. And they got enough control. I mean, considering it was a 3 versus 5, they should feel pretty good about that. This knife break is going to allow Georgina to get ground, but what a flash coming out here from Alexis.
You wanted to see him. And sadly for Gina, she didn't see much. Basically just caught that one and ate it whole. Issa now has to play a bit deeper. Turret goes down. No chance for the help of the owl drone, and now targeted. Issa looks dead to rights. She is. You can't be jumping around the waylays. We figured that one out the hard way. As Jelly and Biazera very locked out this round. That looked like just a straight up slam on the site. Well made, well considered, and just a checkmate here.
Absolutely. Liquid, they're already just going to have to tuck tail and save. Bizarra might sniff around, try to do some damage, but my goodness, Issa had no chance in that round. As soon as she shot at that drone, you saw Dodonut just poised and ready to slam with that ult. That's a huge kill. She might actually get this Vandal and survive.
That'd be lovely, yeah. That's enough. That's it's silver lining, we know, but still, you take those and you walk away, cool. And I think that's exactly what's happening. But I like that Shopify went for that kind of just straight execute on the site, right? A simple but well-made plan did the job. Now, what does Liquid do back, though? Because once we get into the thick of things, I get a bit nervous, though, because that's when it feels like the pendulum's swinging a touch, right? We're starting to see Shopify build up nicely here, 4 standing. Finance will be starting to look good. Ults will be coming through as well. We obviously saw the investment of Donuts, but already back with 2 points on it. So again, with that in the back pocket, half expecting maybe a timeout soon, but again, in this sort of buy, maybe not the case yet for Liquid. Still feel they've got a good idea of how they want to handle this, but it will still be a shaky buy.
Shaky indeed. It'll be a perfect opportunity for Liquid to kind of change things up, stay dynamic, get Jelly involved. It was even last round that Jelly still maintained towards that top B. So we're seeing both teams on the defense really expecting things to slow down in this round, but especially on these lower buys, things have been pretty straightforward. Not a lot of mid-rounding coming out here. Wherever Liquid are opening, or rather Shopify are opening, they are generally ending. So right now they've got that top B control. I'm expecting Shopify to just end B once again.
Yeah, and it feels like you get the red carpet rollout, right? Noya.
She thought about it. She's gonna go.
Hello. Yeah, nicely handled. Noya. Ooh, okay, caught by Jelly. So that's another Vandal that can be kind of passed over. Jujina's now going to get that, if anything, spurs on this B site take. So Plant's going to be in. What do we have for the post-plant? Liquid have a little bit of util still to play with, so they could make something happen. Jelly has to be instrumental, and she is so far. 2 quick kills, and Shopify back down to almost even footing. It's almost just unfortunate that Daiki's only got that Sheriff. Looking to try and pressure towards Donut. Takes it. Lovely synergy. That's the teamwork that you dream of. But now Alexis and Mel have to synergize themselves. The vintage duo, not even needed, not breaking a sweat. Alexis greets him with a smile.
Untouched as well, 150 HP, just doing work with that Vandal in the side. And things got, I mean, I thought for sure Liquid had everything they needed to make that retake work with that low buy as well. I mean, you love to see the confidence coming out here for Noya, but she was always going to get traded. And my goodness, it comes down to this suppress. I mean, Alexis catching all 3 of them there in the moment, not with just the bullets, but the suppress as well. Beautiful utility coming out here.
And just to know of how scary that is the fact that Alexis is at the bottom of the scoreboard. She's doing her job, right? She's doing just fine. Those kills, that was from the player not popping off, right? That's the quiet player, being the util player, supporting the other player. That's what I'm scared. This has been 4 rounds now for Shopify on this side, claiming that scoreline into their own, and this is now emergency systems need to kick in for Liquid. What is the plan in mind? Close with a couple of ults. I love that synergy we saw on that backside with the util from Jujina setting up Jelly. That was lovely. But hey, that individual aspect from Alexis was there. So, this map was Shopify's choice. Fair play. But the issue becomes we can't ignore map 1. Even though it's a best of 5, it starts feeling like a best of 3 if Shopify claim this one, right? That's where my worries are. And now you're starting to see them win touching distance. 10 rounds, those double digits, Christine, you see them. They have a weight to them. They're like, okay, they're getting pretty close. The finance is starting to look a little bit better. It's all teeing up Liquid. I feel like this is one of those key rounds. You've got to get this one on the board.
Both teams fully aware of what the win conditions are going to be coming into this one. Bizarra just 1 orb away from this Teo ultimate. Definitely would make the retake a lot easier. And Liquid, they want to find an opening pick. Aggression in middle. Bizarra's able to get the 1. Ultimate is now online.
In the meantime, Donut still held this space. So they have no worries about the red carpet rollout towards the A site. Daiki's been excellent, but now has no utility to play with. Divide on top. It's stand and try and deliver. Daiki, how much can you do? That's great. You still need more. Issues now mounting. Individuals flooding. Daiki stands her ground. Jelly coming in. She's got help now. It's not over yet. Sarah dives head first, but it's a 1v2. It's Mel against the... Oh my God, Mel, you're feeling a little techie about this one. I like it. Mel, show me what you're made of. Can't handle it as Team Liquid find form. In my mind, that was Daiki keeping great space. Jelly diving in. That's the teamwork. That's the chemistry we're waiting to see.
And we'll see it again in this replay. The off angle's just holding so strong. It's unfortunate that flash we just saw setting up Jujina didn't hit a single soul. But this off angle right here, Daiki getting the 1, tucking back in, and just making that retrade so damn difficult for Sarah's side of things. And the perimeter holding strong for Liquid. Issa able to just secure it for the side of Liquid there.
That was a must-win round for Liquid. They've got it. Back on track, but do we see the same sort of slam coming out from Shopify? This time no ult there for Donut though to bank on, but it feels very direct. Very almost simplistic in approach. Just the Aldrone coming in. That's going to force a little bit more respect coming out, but Donut right to work. Straight towards sight. So Liquid actually going to be on the kind of back foot here.
Back foot, but right now a lot of lacking util for Donut. She's got to get these kills, and there it goes. 2 already down for the defenders.
Yeah, the timing on that strike back there was just perfect. Gives them the player advantage. Jelly still with ult. Daiki, good utility. And Biazera, similar situation. But can they break that back line, that deep post plant? It is the issue. It is the hardest thing to deal with. And I think Liquid now know that. Jelly wants to start things off. Force some of that hand, force some of that util. You can see what they were going for. That's now burnt. But can they still disrupt 4 players? And there's a corner to play from. That's really nice here. There's nothing left in the tank though. Diffuse still going. They can't stop it. That is unbelievable. Brilliant work coming out on the Diffuse.
SRG just gets slapped right now. I am stunned, Lauren. I cannot believe they made a mistake like that, planting the spike, not allowing for their utility to come forward. And we've been talking about these post plants all game long, but what a mistake. That one's gonna burn. And for Liquid, I mean, Daiki just finding the moment to stick it fully there.
And Noya knew it. You saw her spamming that wall, desperate to deny that defuse. Wasn't happening. Oh, it's magic here today. Team Liquid back in business, touching distance to that 10 rounds. See what the buy's like, looking okay. Still a Guardian for Daiki, Guardian for Georgina. Here's Zera and Georgina trying to show early. Posture up a bit, look threatening. And ignoring the ult, but they just going for a straight burst on this. Yeah, they are. Swing. They're going fast. Not going to find Georgina. This is toying with expectation. Biazera deleted. Shopify absolutely igniting towards the site. That was a brave approach. And now plants in. This time, they cannot make a mistake.
They don't want the same thing to happen again. Daiki in a power position. That seize does land.
Oh, that's good. Taking away Alexis. Sarah gonna find Issa down to 2. Jelly on that. Outlaw has to be big in this.
They're so low HP right now. Liquid, they don't have much to play with. No utility left either. And the plant, Lauren, this time should be good for SRG.
Oh, you better be crossing the T's and dotting the I's. You can't be made a fool of twice. And Daiki, I think, knows it. That timing just slipping away, and Sarah, the only one to really show. And she's the one with the Sheriff, so why not? She can take that bit more of a gamble. And again, roll that one back. Shopify ignoring ult when you had someone so close by. Donut was, I think, one away from ult, so the temptation, I'm sure, was there. But playing contact burst on that was such a bold call.
Beautiful, beautiful work from Mel and crew. And you love to see it, especially considering how the previous round went. It could definitely shake your confidence just a little bit, make you start doubting that game plan slightly. But SRG doubling down on it. Going once again back towards that A main, keeping things very simple. And you love it, right? You're talking to each other saying, that was our round, W round, it's all good. And shaking it off, keeping things very simple. And the money right now for Liquid, it is just completely gone. We have not seen an operator on any of these players' hands on Liquid. And once again, no operator, but at least an outlaw. Full armor though, full HP for SRG. Jelly trying to re-aggress into this A main, and it really has been all about Georgina getting control over this. So I do like the change coming through for Liquid, but SRG, they're just gonna work the map, slowly dissect on this low buy.
Yeah, the only real saving grace in this round is gonna be Jelly with that Outlaw, but sadly, it is up against full shields. Biazera keeping that Vandal. That's all they've really got. Yes, Sheriffs, a couple of ults, but again, when you've got Shopify working this map quite diligently, it's going to be really hard to snowball that. So Alexis just waiting, feeling like, hey, maybe they're going to try and hit that flank. They still have that turret down towards middle in case someone goes on that long play. But Liquid have a good read here.
I don't really like that Alexis is the one far back. We definitely need her suppress if you're SRG and her flashes to be able to get into the site. I do like the misdirect. She's trying to make it look like they're going for A main control. They caught Jelly on it, but the defenders for Liquid, they're not going to move. They're not budging.
No, they're here. And Shopify might have a horrible surprise. 4 players from Liquid in the right place at the right time. Can they stick the landing? That is the question. Stall comes in. Isolated fight. Donut falls. This is big. 15 seconds. They got to go forward. No other way out here. The Vandals made it. Issa's on the side. Zera goes down. This is perfect. Issa, this is everything Liquid dreamed of. A MasterCard Thrifty. And the perfect read at the perfect time.
And we've been talking about both IGLs from both squads, just the mind games coming through from map 1 to map 2. And you saw the idea for Shopify. The big brain moves from Alexis trying to sell a fake, but no fake was to be had. I mean, none of the members bit down on that. And the crossfires, I mean, everything landing. A little bit disconnected. I gotta say, Donut dashing in there so early on her own. And that's one of the worst things that can happen to you on a low buy round just like this.
11-10 now. The money shaky for Shopify. Sheriff out for Alexis. The rest able to get those Vandals. 2 ults still in play. We've seen this sort of slam dunk approach before. If that tag comes in, Jujina might be dead. It's a danger, because here comes Donut, trying to hunt down her prey, finds it. Easy work in the end. You've seen this in the past. This time Liquid are here much faster though. They have a lockdown. They have Jelly's ult as well. It ain't done yet. They've got chances in this, but to play it to the good is big for Shopify.
And Shopify are reading it well. They flip the site. They understand that there's not a lot of action going down towards this spawn. And sure, that Killjoy ultimate's going to push them back, but they're already in prime position. It's just Noya that's going to have to reposition here.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Maybe Liquid reading into those previous post plants where they were sitting deeper. But this time, Daiki finds it. Issa towards Sarah. It's all going wrong for Shopify. Down to just Donut and Alexis. How much can two players do? Comes out swinging and full swinging. Team Liquid from the brink, bringing this one back.
The combination of ultimates coming through, I thought that it would be enough to delay and buy time. I mean, the crossfires held strong, but the process of the nation, Team Liquid, communications coming through strong. They're able to just layer their utility back towards this secret pit area. And even though Donut found such a beautiful entry, Daiki with the information, the decisive call to just press the issue, get this retake going. And look at both members of Shopify. They're just corralled into this pit area, not landing the shots. What a beautiful retake coming through here for Liquid.
And it's panic stations for Shopify. Held at 11, timeout in. You're looking at the buy, it's going to be good. And you were talking about that operator we hadn't seen the whole time. Finally, we get to see Jelly with that. So that's going to be in play. The ults didn't get burnt either. They still have Daikis and Jellies. On the other side, a shaky purchase. Sheriffs, Guardians, odds and ends. Obviously, they still want another go of things. OT could be happening this time around. Keep in mind, first map, 13-11.
And it's been neck and neck, as you're saying, Lauren. So close. But, you know, SRG, they found the entries, I think, maybe 4 rounds in a row now. Donut, she's been able to find that opening pretty cleanly as well. It's just kind of been things getting chaotic in the post plants. Maybe, I dare I say, Shopify getting a little too comfortable in some of these rounds because things started off so easily. So for SRG, she's got that hero rifle in her hands. And it's really been off the back of Sarah's utility with Alexis's pop flashes that she's been finding success. But now you see Shopify, they're trying to go back to those kind of mind games. Alexis spread apart here. And the last time Alexis was towards A main, she threw late utility to make it look like they're going for control. They're trying to insert Mel in this area. And that operator in Jelly's hands, I expect her to go for a timing peek here if that drone gets any closer.
Oh, but now there's a chance.
Oh, no.
Jelly couldn't escape. That was an assassination. It felt so right for a second, right? That play up, the nice timing to play out of that smoke, but just got caught. Didn't expect Donut on that line. Oh, man. Okay, they can freeze here as well. They've still got a minute, right? They don't have to do too much, but...
Yeah, another opening for Donut. I mean, just taking the risk right when she needs to. Mel, prime position. You can see right now, Jujina, she really wants to reaggress. She doesn't want to get stuck on a pinch.
But they couldn't recover that weapon. They're still on Sheriffs, right? That is still the main thing here. Yes, they've got ults, but they are outgunned. Close crossfire. Jujina right in that corner. Yazera going to be forced away here. Does she play forward? Does she try and save Jujina? It looks like she's trying to find some space to play off this here. But Donut goes ahead. They don't see her. This is unthinkable. Team Liquid doing what they can. But wait, Donut's still fighting back here. Finally falls. Sarah with a Hunter's Fury. It's a 2v2. Spike not down though. Time not on their side just yet. Divide gonna drop. Recovery of one weapon, just that Guardian again. Still no Vandal in hand. Sarah gonna get one. Might have spotted the barrel, not sure. Looking for a plant though. Gonna need this. Daiki, does she get the spam right? Oh! She does! Daiki denies, and now the cross is watched. Team Liquid, they are back in the lead, but it took almost the final hour to do it. 23rd round, they're up to 12.
The final hour indeed. Daiki doing so much work in the back of sight, using every piece of utility to her advantage. And this was all off the back of Jelly just getting picked off. That was Shopify Rebellion being up 5-4. But this repositioning from Jujina, we saw it from Mel on the first half. We're seeing it now from Liquid. Rinse, repeat. And this A anchor, this A hold, it is fantastic from Liquid.
OT, or we move on. Last chance in regulation for Shopify to do something here. Liquid firmly with the momentum. But it's still a close game, down to the wire. That was a shaky buy at best. It was a Sheriff and a Guardian, and it worked out, but you won't get the same start against Jelly. New angle, new line.
She will get to gain the same main control though this time, and Mel is on an angle that Jelly will be able to find an opening if she goes a little bit deeper, and with this bottom B control and Georgina losing the line, Jelly might go sniffing for more.
Considering it, but they still don't quite know about the operator. That's the only thing that worries me. Oh, so there's a chance it could still be on B a bit deeper, right? And if they walk in towards A without clearing this, trying to go maybe for those contact plays, they're dead. Nice knife. Brilliant. That should be a warning signal itself. And the flash. God, you were talking about it, but Alexis, very solid. Doing due diligence, but they still need to stick the landing. Biazera's here. They have no idea that she's crossed back over. This could be where it starts and ends.
And we've seen this trap from Shopify before. Last time it didn't work. Nobody rotated, but this time the defenders in Liquid, they've rotated.
But there's still players here. There's still problems we had. Georgina, run it back again. She sits on the side of the smokes like there's nothing to be worried about. 15 seconds, 3v3. 12, counting Georgina again, absolutely breaking the back of Shopify. They need a plant, and I don't think they're going to get it here. Noya doing what she can. Team Liquid turning the scales right back around. 13 to 11. This is going to be a long day, and I'm down for it.